Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Monday, March 20th. It's the first day of spring, as of 6:30 this morning. And ended up being about 42 degrees today. It's about 7 o'clock at night right now. So, it was very overcast. It's still, actually, you can kind of see here how the clouds are. It's been overcast like that all day long. We ended up bringing in 1.7 kilowatt hours of solar today. So actually I heard a very interesting thing today. I was talking to somebody and the lady said, I don't know, she said if you've heard or not, but they said RG&E, who supplies the gas and electric for Rochester, she said they are going to be doubling the cost of power is going to double. And I looked at her and I said, well, hun, I said, for me, it doesn't matter. I said, because I live off grid. So, here's the thing is, there's the pros and cons for going solar and doing solar. And my thing is, and this is what I've said to a lot of people, the cost of gas and electric is never going to go down. It's only going to go up. So to me, this solar is an investment. And that's, and plus, like I said, I love the independence of the fact that, this year alone, we've had the grid go down twice. And up here, the one day, it only went down up here once, but they lost power for 3 or 4 days. Down in Rochester, they lost power twice. One time, some people lost it for over a week, and then they lost it again when the second storm came through. So you just, you never know. But like I said, I like having the independence of being able to be self-sufficient in the aspect of being able to supply my own power. As I've stated over and over and over again, I will be adding more panels, and as soon as I can do that, I will definitely be having a lot more panels going up, and we'll go from there when that happens. So, but anyway, so that being said, I wanted to talk to you. I had done a couple videos lately about range of motion and turning somebody in an occupied bed. So I wanted to kind of talk to you the importance of that in the aspect of an SHTF situation. Now, let's say you have somebody that has a gunshot wound and they're bedbound for a period of time while they're recovering, okay? So what is the importance of being able to properly turn somebody and also doing range of motion? Now, we talked about range of motion, keeping the muscles from contracting and to keep the muscles loose and limber, and that's the main reason why you're going to do range of motion. But the main thing I want to talk about in this video is bed sores. And bed sores can happen on any bony prominence on your body. So let's see, where could that possibly be? Back of your head, elbows, your heels, your buttocks, your hips, your knees, any place that is a bony prominence that if left long enough in one position, you start to get what they call breakdown. And you really don't want to deal with that because it's a horrific thing, and that can turn septic and it can kill you. It's a horrible, horrible thing to see. I've seen plenty of people with decubitus. They call it decubitus ulcers, or bed sores for short. And they're absolutely horrific. They tunnel in, and it's just not any fun at all. Trust me when I say that. I've dealt with it quite a bit in my career when working in nursing homes. And when you were, people are so bad that you have to pack the wound with a wet sterile gauze and then, cover it over. And it's a very, very hard thing to get rid of once you have it. So the best course of action is to obviously try to avoid having it. So turning somebody on a regular basis to keep them off of their butt or their hip, their head, their elbows, their knees. And that's, like I said, when I showed you the turning and how to position pillows under their arms, between their legs, on their knees, so that their knees aren't rubbing together, because that can happen that way as well. Like I said, the heels, there's so many different areas that can possibly get breakdown it's kind of scary, actually. I mean, you know, like you can get it on your hips. Again, like I said, the most common that people hear about is either going to be on the buttocks or it's going to be the heels. Those are the most common. But like I said, if somebody's laying in a certain position long enough, it can be other places. So pertaining to an SHTF situation, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your people, okay? Making sure that you're turning your people so that they're not going to get those bed sores. And they need to be turned and positioned every 2 hours. And if you don't do it, you know, and then let's say they're incontinent, which means they're going to either defecate or urinate on themselves because maybe they can't get up to go to the bathroom or who knows what. Now, if you leave a person in urine and feces, then you're going to also have a higher chance of skin breakdown faster. So keeping those sheets clean and keeping those people comfortable as much as you possibly can is going to be key, actually. I mean, if you want people to survive, you got to be able to take care of people. You got to be able to know what to do as far as taking care of them. So I've heard a lot of people say, oh, they want to hear about gunshots and they want to hear about you know, how to stitch up a wound and stuff like that. And I will be doing videos on all those topics. But you can do that and you can have somebody and stitch them up. And let's say that they're still down and out for the count for a period of time. They need to be taken care of while they're down. They're not going to be able to get up and go dancing around and moving and keeping that blood flowing, okay? So that's what your job is to help them do that. So with doing range of motion, you're helping keeping the muscles moving and, you know, and going. And with making sure you turn people on a every 2 hour basis, so you can, you know, turn them on their side, then you put them on their back, then you turn them on their other side, you know, so there's 6 hours right there. So they're only going to stay on that one position for so long. And in this way, you know, if they're sleeping a lot because they're healing, you know, you still need to turn them. Even if they're asleep, you need to turn those people, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to have issues down the road. And I'm telling you guys, I'm sure a lot of you have not seen what a decubitus ulcer looks like. Again, it's a bed sore for the clinical term. It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. It's horrible to see, and it takes forever to heal that up. And you know, if the person is immobile, you know, it just makes it that much harder. So that's very, very important. And so like I said, I wanted to discuss that with you guys today because I just, you know, I wanted you to know why I was doing those videos first. Because it's very, very important that we have those skills down to be able to take care of our loved ones in a worst case situation or a SHTF situation, to be able to, you know, make sure that they're comfortable, make sure that they're not having issues. And like I said, there's so many things that can go wrong medically for people. You know, like I said, a lot of people have been making comments of the fact that they're on a special diet. So then you need to plan your stores as far as your food and stuff like that according to your diet to make sure that you have, you know, a low sodium diet, or, you know, if you are vegan or if you are a vegetarian. Obviously, your game plan for stocking away food is going to be different than us carnivores. You know, I like meat. I like to have my meat. So, you know, I'm going to, and so that's another thing. Like I said, you have to, everything is a game plan. And, you know, doing things methodically and moving forward in a positive manner. Just had a really nice conversation with a gentleman from Auburn. Him and I have talked a couple times. And so I won't mention your name, but I just, you know, I'll just say that area. And he's in New York as well. And he's also a prepper. And we've had some really cool conversations, and we had a great conversation this weekend, and it was really, really cool. And you know, he was telling me where he's at, and you know, and I was giving him some advice of what I think he should do. And one of the things he's already done, he texted me today and told me he made a purchase, which was cool. It was everything is a step in the right direction. Everything that you do, and that's what I say when I say to you guys, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. It's because as long as you're making progress, you know, and even if it's in small steps, and you know what, you know, you're like, oh my God, I got to get this done yesterday. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to do that. the time's going to go by. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen, be it good, bad, or indifferent, okay? But as long as you are making forward progress, you know, you start out with having a 2 week supply of food and water, and then you make it 3 weeks, and then you make it 4 weeks, and before you know it, you got 6 months. Before you know it, you got a year's worth of food and water, you know, put up and aside. I mean, water, it kind of depends on where you're at and what your situation is. As far as, like I said, here where we are, we're good to go on water. I'm not even worried about water at all. So even if the grid went down, if there was an EMP, I'm still good to go on water. I will eventually be buying more filters. That I definitely will be doing, and so you know that's like I said again, it's just another positive thing. Okay, so on another positive note, I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Our new hot water on demand unit came in today, and like I said, I went from a 5 liter to a 10 liter, and I'll do another video and I'll show you that. But I already have it hooked up. I've already tested it out, and it's working freaking awesome. So it's a much bigger unit than the unit that we had before, and so hopefully we're not going to have any problems with this one, and we'll kind of see that go from there. So I'll be taking a hot shower after this video, and I'm looking forward to that. You know, doing it the other way, you know what, you make the adjustments, you do what you have to do. You know, we still had to shower every day even though that unit went down. It was just a matter of ordering another unit and waiting for it to come in. So it came in today, and I've already hooked it up, and it's all good to go, and I've tested it, and it's great. So anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video, and I hope everybody's having a great week. First start of the week, obviously, it's Monday. So remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. You never know what's going to happen. Life is so short and it's so precious. It's unbelievable. It really, truly is. And you just never know when you're going to get that horrible diagnosis of, you know, a disease or something that's going to stop you in your tracks, and it's going to make you reevaluate. It really, really will. So stay positive, stay healthy, stay happy. That's realistically the way I look at it. Attitude is everything. So remember, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. Whatever your goals are, you're going to reach them, and you're going to get there. And nobody can stop you but you. That's realistically, I say that to people all the time. The only one that's going to stop you is you. And remember, I mean, and I think this is really, really important, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, attitude. Attitude is everything. What is your mindset? Are you a positive person or are you a negative person? And that really, truly makes the difference. Your attitude, especially in an SHTF situation, your attitude is going to make all the difference in the world. If you do the, oh, poor me, I'm the victim, and what am I going to do now? Or if you grab the bull by the horns and say, okay, here we go, it's time to dance. It's all about the attitude. Okay, guys? So listen, have a good one, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse one out for now.